welcome to a new episode of Story of Success, in which we interview successful Egyptian figures. We'll be back after the break, so stay with us. Our guest today, his story of success started at an early age, and he continued to pursue success and achieve it throughout his various stages of his life. He also managed to acquire many academic degrees and certificates, including 7 diplomas and 2 master degrees. Although he did not pursue an academic career, yet he succeeded in his work to become one of the most important economic experts. Today, I'm happy to have with me economist Alaء Abdalhalim, who will talk to us about his story of success. Mr. Alaء, welcome with us.
Welcome, sir.
Well, first of all, I'd like to start with you from the very beginning. Actually, you're a graduate of the Faculty of Commerce at Youth University. Well, was being an accountant, was that your own personal dream and choice?
No, not my dream. My dream in the early time is to be engineer, but I'm not success to go to the Faculty of Engineering. Then I'll go to study commerce and accounting. When I was in the faculty, I visit many positions in Egypt because I decided to start in Egypt with a new decision. I visit Sina, Siwa, and Red Sea, and at last I prepare my life to start at Siwa Oasis.
Why did you choose Siwa?
Siwa is a very fantastic oasis, amazing oasis, one of the biggest oases in Africa, and they have some special case because they are a Berber, not Egyptian, and the first language, not Arabic, is Amazigh language. And when I started to my first business in Siwa is very new, and it's not easy to start as some crowded position like Sina because it wants a lot of money, a lot of experience. But Siwa is very new, and then you can start as early business to Siwa as is easy, and I think the history can help me in this point.
Yeah. What type of project did you start over there?
I started with a project mixed between restaurant and bazaar and some information help for the tourist. And this point it's easy because it's a fast business and it is good as a start with restaurant business. Yeah.
Now, that was in the early 90s.
Yeah.
At that time, Siwa must have been quite different than nowadays. So would you describe to us the conditions in Siwa at that time?
This time Siwa, it's like a virgin land because in this time, for example, the TV, it reached to Siwa in this history. Before this history, the people of Siwa not know the TV before the satellite service. Then something is very crazy for Siwa. For example, when the people of Siwa start as a TV service, the people they are very conservative society. Then decide to say one day for the woman, one day for the men. Or the rich people buy a TV for women and TV for women because a very conservative society. And in this time, the people of Siwa start to be linked with Egyptian culture. Start because some people not move from Siwa and all life is live in Siwa, and the older man and woman not speak Arabic. then you can see societies come from the Morocco, because they are Amazigh and they come from many hundred of years. They come from Berber, and then this you can see this society with this culture in many things, culture and married culture in this. They are Egyptian, but with the culture of Berber.
Now, Siwa itself, it is known for the safari, and it's an oasis known for the safari and for its ancient ruins, especially the Greek ruins in it. Now, that means that most probably your business depended on tourism rather than the local community. So how do you describe tourism over there?
I try to mix it between both, because my business it is depended on the tourists, depended on the people who like the safari, like oasis tourists, but at the same time I try to link it between the people in Siwa and the tourists. And in this time I'll be the first man who use the local material in the restaurant. I use the palm, I use something come from ancient time in Siwa, and at this point, the people of Siwa, they are dream house come from the Nile Valley and start to build a restaurant with our local material. And I try to, because some local material is very fantastic, and give you humanity to and link it between the material and between the Siwa culture. And I think at this point, I think I succeed. I am proud with this point.
What were the challenges you faced as a businessman over there?
I think the challenge is because the people of Siwa sometimes they think are a stranger. If you come to Siwa from the past time, it means you are escape from something, and you're not your dream. And they think all people come to Siwa, they have problems. they kill some people because they decide to stay in Siwa. But for me, I try to do something new for him. Okay, I like Siwa, and I want to start, and I think the future in Siwa. Then I invite all people to come and visit Siwa, and try to be a link between the people of Siwa. I'm not be a separate about the society. I try to help the people as I can, and try to help to give him more information. And I think it's important to be a link with your society.
Now, I heard that your project over there actually it halted. It came to a stop. What happened?
The political. Because when Saddam Hussein at August of 99 decided to go to the Kuwait, then they have a lot of problems in the Middle East, and the problem mainly was the tourist position, and see what it is a start to success. Then when a lot of problem in tourists in Egypt in this time, I think Siwa pays a price, like the others, like Luxor and this, and we are a small experience and small projects. Then we cannot consist to stay in Siwa with this problem, because the tourists is not come to Siwa. Then we cannot stay. And I think we pay the price of the mad political. Yeah.
So actually then you had to leave Siwa. How long did you stay in Siwa before leaving it?
I lived 3 years in Siwa, one from the best 3 years of my life. Yeah.
Now, once the project came to a stop, was halted, you had to start again, once again. What happened? Where did you start? Did you return back to Cairo? What did you do?
We back to Cairo and we start other new business, but in this time we start a new business as a export company with my Sudanese friend Osman, and we start to import something from Sudan and the Nile Valley, and then re-export to Europe. Okay, and I think we start in this new business as normal, yani, and we have a lot of success in the beginning, and how we can link it between African production and how we can go to Europe. And I think this is the dream for me to. This is a role for Egypt, and Egypt is a gate between Africa and Europe, and they can do a good business in this point. We succeed until the problem.
As an Egyptian investor, are there a lot of opportunities to invest in Sudan?
We have a lot of opportunity in Sudan, in Nile Valley, in all Africa, and this is invitation for all people in Africa. We have a good opportunity to start, and you can start with a small business. You can start. We can do a lot of things. We can save. We can solve a lot of our problem. I think this is the people who go to the Europe and lost their life for this. If you invest this money in Africa, I'm sure in few years it'll be a millionaire, because it's a very very good opportunity. Mainly now now you can go directly by bus to more African country, and now there are a link between Egypt and Sudan with the new road. And this road start from this week, and this is a good opportunity for all people in Egypt, mainly for the youth people, to start a business in Sudan, in Ethiopia, in Eritrea, until first dreams from Cairo to Cape Town. You can start.
In 1994, you started studying at the Institute of African Studies. Was it your business with Sudan which inspired you to study African affairs, or what made you study at the African Institute?
When I decided to start to study, I have some experience with Sudan, some experience with African countries, but I want to link it with academic study, because I think academic, and sometimes they give you the chance to know more information without free, without pay a lot of money, and I think this institute is very very respectable institution, because this institute it start from 80 years, and the people who as a professor in this school, they are a very fantastic people, and they like Africa, and they have a good experience, and you can find a lot of studies about Africa, about economics, geographical, historical. If you want to start a business, it's important to read the old research about it. And this is free. And now I think with internet, it's easy for the people to collect information about Africa, about opportunity. It's easy about internet, but in this time it's difficult. Then I start to study with African Institute in university.
Now, actually, you have seven diplomas and 2 master degrees. Would you talk to us about these diplomas and degrees? What did you study other than African affairs? I
study international negotiation. I study about international stock market. I study about planning. And I have 2 masters, one about petrol and the link between barrel price with Egyptian index, and I have another one with MBA, Master Business of degree. I think this is important for me, because if you want to be linked with a new situation, if you want to study something, it is better to study, and this is study for yourself. I'm not academic. I'm not planned to be as academic career, but I want for me to invest in myself, and how to can know the new ways, how to can know. Even if you study something, it's give you a good experience. For example, if you now go to the school for the drive, perhaps you are drive and you can go in university. But with this school, they give you the scientific way to drive, and they give you a new way how to use GPS now, how to can use the new way, how to can use. And for me, I think it's better for the person, and study every time. This is give you the experience, good experience.
In 1994, you started a new endeavor, which is entering the stock market. And at that time, the stock market was still a new thing in Egypt. How was it at that time?
At the time, I follow the information and I hear that the stock market is restart. And give me the chance to say some amazing story. It's the Egyptian Stock Exchange start from 100 years, but it stopped at the 60s with the Nasser time. Okay, but in this time, the central bank do amazing story because in this time, the broker was 100 person. Only 9% are Egyptian, and the other are foreigner, mainly Jewish. And this time the central bank take amazing decision because he pay a salary for this 9% from 60 for 35 years to keep the experience, to keep them. One day we start again for the stock exchange. And in this time at 1994, the stock exchange restart after the new laws. Our law is 95 was the year 92. It start to give the chance for the Egyptian stock to restart. And I think the future with this career. Yeah.
You worked in the stock market for almost 10 years, and then after that you became one of the members of the board of directors. What does that post represent to you?
For me, I think the important is the first 10. I worked for 20 years in this career,
yeah.
but the first 10 is very important because I work with my hand. I start from zero. I start from a small position in the stock exchange company, then go to the customer service, then go to be official brokers. And in this time, it started to say what happened in the stock exchange. And the Egyptian stock exchange, when it started, it be a new career, but new career want to study the other experience and follow the other stock exchange work and how to be linked between the petrol and the gold and the dollar and how to follow the international economic, how to follow in this time. And I think it's important to know the political position and the political problem and how linked between political and economics.
You're also an expert in the field of arbitration, especially commercial arbitration. How did you start that career?
From 5 years, I follow this position as arbitration. It is very important because we are not paying attention for this, but it's very important for the foreigner investor. And all foreigner investors, they insist to put this sentence. If we have some problem, we go to the arbitration. And this want to study, and I think it's to give you the chance to go to the court, but not normal court, but to the people that are very good experience and they have give you the chance and the decision very, very quickly, because mainly it is pay attention for the economics, and this is mean money. And if the arbitration want some people with good experience and take a faster decision. For this, I study the arbitration and I record here in Cairo and Khartoum and Kuwait.
Did you work and did you have a case where it was challenging in that field?
Yes, we have a case here in Cairo and in Khartoum, because it's give you the chance to be like the court and try to be very fast, because this is the people lost some money, some people lost their work if you not take a very fast decision.
Well, actually, this is quite amazing. You have studied like 7 diplomas, master degrees, you're doing more than one job. How do you manage your time?
I think it's easy. If you have a manage your time, as I said to my son, if you manage your time, it's easy for you to study, to work, to play, to think in the future, to do many things. It's only manage at how to devise your time between the work, between your family, and it's very important to pay attention for the future. And the future we want to study as academic diploma or master on sometimes some courses. And I think now it's easy for the people, for my son and the other يعني, to study through internet. If you can go to the YouTube, you can many courses, free courses you can watch, you can follow, and they are lucky.
In that case, would you describe a day in your life?
For me, I start with as a business. I start for work, and then for family, and the last third is be for the future and how to look for the future by study as academic, study as courses, or it's pay attention to the people. And for me, I think it's my best way to take experience, to stay and speak with the people with a good experience in the life. I'm not speak about rich people, or no, I think with a rich experienced people. Some people they are poor, they don't have money, but they have a good experience in the life.
You're also an expert in the field of negotiation. Now, would that be different from arbitration? And does it differ from one state to another?
Yes, very big difference. Arbitration is mean you have a problem and go to a specialist to solve the problem with a quickly way, without a normal time if you go to the court. But negotiation, it's mean you can negotiate with the other, and we do this daily with our sons, our friend, our family, and all people. But the negotiation is give you the chance to play win-win. Because if you have you are a good negotiation, it means I try to reach to the best way who it's good for both ways, and you are win, I'm win. Because some people with the negotiation think that negotiation it means one way win and the other loss. But it's a very bad situation, and some people, some crazy, they think it's a zero formula. If one wins, the other died. No, the negotiation is wants to go to the best way, how to win you and the other win. Then it's easy life, easy business, and easy way in the life.
Well, you also decided to study national planning. I'm quite curious, why did you decide to do that?
I studied to study national planning because the national planning it be a big view. When you think the Egyptian, it's be as a one piece, and how we can with the national planning it be the best investment in Egypt for all people. And national planning give you the chance to study many sectors in the economics, not only the small sector. And this is give you the chance for the political people to arrange the life, to use the resource as the best way. But for the private sector like me, it's give me a big view how to can see the other sector. And for example, if the building is the activity of building is very good, then you think that the people buy a cement, buy other thing. With the national planning, it means you want all people and all sectors harmony. Not only it's not good to be a very good sector and the other is not work at the same qualified.
What other fields are you involved in?
For me, I like the desert and give me the big chance. So when I live in Siwa, I like the desert and the Bedouin people, and they are like the liberty, and they are things no frontier or no problem. Yeah, you can work in any time, you can live in any time without depending on the other. You can solve the problem with the water, you can solve the problem with the food. Then I think this life is a simple life, but give you the many lessons to how to can live with a simple life, how you can live without minimum problem.
Would you please talk to us about the most challenging thing you faced in your career?
For me, I have a lot of challenge, a lot of problem, but I think perhaps I have bankruptcy for 2 times and start from zero for every time. But every time I'm insist to study why I have a problem, why I'm not success to do my plans, and in this points from zero from long time I study to follow the problems and not put all your eggs in one basket. And perhaps it's good to do what you are like, but it's important to pay attention for the other elements, perhaps with the political situation, with economic situation, and it's not easy to pay attention for what's your work, because perhaps you have a problem with the other. And for I think it's something is good when I am start when my academic study to start the risk. And you know that the best success people not cancel the risk but manage the risk. And how you can put some plans is like you are you buy insurance for your cars, then the minimize of the risk, it's a good way. And how to can solve this problem, not zero problem, but you can manage it.
Finally, what's your dream?
I dream to be a good man for the other, for my environmental, for my family, and how to do what you are liked. For me, it's important to do what I like. In all my life, I insist to work with something like it. And I know sometimes you pay a high price, you can do a lot of effort, you can have all responsibility because you are this is your decision. But I think my dream only it's a fairy dream, and it's to be a good for me, for my family, and for all.
Well, economist Mr. Alaء Abdelhalim, thank you very much for this interview.
Welcome.
Thank you. Well, that was economist Mr. Alaء Abdelhalim. We've heard and we've listened to his story of success and how he started in Siwa, how he bankrupted, but he started again in Cairo, his endeavors in the stock market as an arbitrator as well as a negotiator. And by this we come to an end of this episode of Story of Success. Until next week, it's goodbye.